Hey there, my friend. Pull up a chair, get comfortable, because I'm about to share something deeply personal with you. Imagine us sitting across from each other in a cozy cafe, the steam from our drinks curling up between us as I lean in and confess this tale. It's not just a story, it's my life, flipped upside down in the span of one unforgettable weekend. You'll feel the knot in my stomach, the flush of my cheeks, the spark of something new igniting inside. This is about me, Alex, stepping into a world I never knew I craved, dressed in my twin sister's shadow. If you've ever questioned who you really are beneath the surface, this might resonate more than you expect. Let's begin at the moment it all shattered, the shock that started everything. I remember that Saturday morning like it was etched into my soul. I'd lost a silly bet during our family game night the evening before, something about who could hold a plank the longest. Emily, my twin sister, had grinned wickedly and declared her prize. You have to wear my life for the entire weekend. Dress like me, act like me, live like me. I laughed it off at first, thinking it'd be a quick costume change, a few photos for blackmail material. But as I stood in front of her full-length mirror in our shared apartment, the reality hit me like a freight train. My hands, usually rough from typing code all day, now trembled as I adjusted the straps of the red sundress she'd chosen. It was light, flowy, with a sweetheart neckline that exposed collarbones I didn't even know could look so delicate. Underneath, the lingerie she'd insisted on, a lacy bra and matching panties, felt foreign, constricting yet oddly supportive against my freshly shaved skin. I stared at the reflection, my breath catching in my throat. This isn't me, I whispered, my voice barely audible. My face, transformed by the makeup session she'd dragged me through, looked back with wide, doe-like eyes framed by mascara and eyeliner. She'd shown me how to blend foundation, contour my cheeks, and apply lipstick that made my lips fuller, more inviting. Pout like this, she'd said, demonstrating with a playful smirk. Now, those lips trembled. My hair, usually a messy mop, had been styled into soft waves with her curling iron, falling just past my shoulders. I reached up to touch it, feeling the strands slip through my fingers like silk. Disbelief washed over me in waves. How could a few hours of primping do this? I looked like Emily, vibrant, feminine, the kind of woman who turned heads without effort. But it was my green eyes staring back, filled with a mix of terror and curiosity. I took a step back, the heels she'd strapped to my feet, strappy sandals with a modest 2-inch lift, clicking against the wooden floor. My legs, smooth from the razor she'd handed me with a giggle, felt exposed under the dress's hem, which fluttered mid-thigh. Walk for me, Emily had coached earlier. Small steps, hips forward. I'd stumbled then, but now, alone, I tried again. The sway felt unnatural, yet intriguing. A flush crept up my neck. Embarrassment? Or something else? Internal thoughts raced. What if someone sees? What if I like this? I sat on the edge of her bed, burying my face in my hands, the scent of her floral perfume clinging to my wrists. Panic bubbled up. This was supposed to be fun, a joke. But as I glanced back at the mirror, catching the way the light danced on the dress's fabric, a tiny spark ignited. Curiosity. What would it feel like to step out like this? To be seen as her, as a woman? The clock ticked, 8:15 a.m. The weekend stretched ahead, endless and terrifying. I stood, smoothing the dress, and whispered to my reflection, just survive it. But deep down, I wondered if survival meant more than enduring, if it meant exploring. The shock didn't fade. It seeped into every corner of my day, disrupting the normalcy I'd taken for granted. Emily burst into the room, coffee in hand, her eyes widening in delight. Alexa, you look stunning. Like my mirror image, but hotter. She pulled me into a hug, her enthusiasm clashing with my stiffness. Every fiber of my being screamed to rip it all off, but the bet's rules echoed, no backing out, or I'd owe her a month's rent. Come on, she said, linking arms. We're hitting the mall. Real girl stuff, shopping, lunch, the works. My stomach dropped. Public? In this? The breeze outside hit first, lifting the dress's hem, sending goosebumps racing up my legs. I tugged it down frantically, hyper-aware of neighbors' windows, passing cars. Relax, Emily whispered. No one knows. But I felt exposed, like a spotlight followed me. The mall was a nightmare of mirrors and crowds. Every reflective surface threw my new self back at me, delicate, feminine. In the first store, A boutique filled with racks of clothes, the saleswoman approached with a warm smile. "Good morning, ladies. What are we looking for today?" Ladies. The word landed like a slap. I froze, mouth dry, but Emily jumped in seamlessly. "My sister needs a few outfits for the weekend. Something fun, maybe a bit flirty." "Sister." Heat flooded my face as the woman held a blouse against me. "This would look perfect on you, dear. Try it on." In the dressing room, curtains drawn, I stripped down, the cool air prickling my skin. The bra's lace itched slightly, a constant reminder. Slipping into the new outfit, a flowy skirt and cropped top, I emerged, catching my reflection. A guy browsing nearby glanced over, his eyes lingering appreciatively. Not mocking, just interested. My pulse quickened. Was he seeing a woman? Me? Lunch was worse. At the food court, surrounded by families and teens, I sat rigidly, legs crossed as Emily had instructed. "Feminine poise," she'd said. Whispers from a nearby table. "Those twins are cute." Twins. My fork trembled as I ate a salad, light, as per her girl diet joke. Back home for dinner, the family dynamic shifted. Mom and Dad arrived for our weekly meal, their eyes bugging out. "Alex? Is that you?" Mom gasped, then laughed. "You pull it off better than I expected." Dad chuckled uneasily. "Looking good, kiddo. But don't make it a habit, eh?" My brother Jake snorted from the couch. "Bro, you walk like you're on stilts. Pass the remote, princess." Laughter filled the room, but it sliced through me. I forced a smile, serving plates with painted nails clinking. "How's work going, Alexa?" Mom teased. Work. The thought hit hard. Monday loomed, with colleagues who'd never seen this side. Awkward silences punctuated the meal, Jake's side eye, Dad's averted gaze. "Think he can keep this up?" Jake muttered to Dad. The words stung, amplifying my confusion. Alone later, wiping off makeup, I stared at the smudged pad. Fear dominated, fear of judgment, of change. But beneath it, a whisper of disruption. My old life felt bland now. Sunday brought a quiet rebellion. With Emily out for a jog, I locked myself in her room, heart pounding with illicit excitement. This wasn't part of the bet. This was me, alone, driven by that mirror's pull. I started tentatively, raiding her closet. A silk blouse first, cool, slippery against my skin as I buttoned it over the bra. Paired with high-waisted jeans that hugged my hips in a way my baggy ones never did. At the vanity, mirrors surrounded me like judges. I picked up the foundation, remembering her tutorial. Blend in circles, I'd mimic. The cream smoothed my skin, erasing stubble shadows, creating a canvas. Eyeliner next, shaky lines at first, but I erased and retried, the pencil's tip gliding eventually. "Wing it out," I murmured, achieving a cat eye that made my gaze sharper, more alluring. Internal monologue swirled. This is crazy. Why am I doing this? But curiosity won. Lipstick, a nude shade, felt creamy on my lips, plumping them. I practiced pouting, then smiling, watching dimples appear. The scent of her makeup, powdery, sweet, filled the air. Excitement built as I experimented further. Eyeshadow palette, soft pinks blended into golds, creating a sunset on my lids. Blush on cheeks, highlighter on brow bones, my face glowed. Not bad, I admitted aloud, voice pitching higher naturally. Now, accessories, clipping on earrings, the weight tugging lobes, a necklace that dangled coldly against my chest. Stockings next, rolling them up shaved legs, the nylon whispering secrets. I tried heels again, practicing walks across the room. Click-clack, sway. It felt less awkward, more rhythmic. Deeper I went, a full dress now, emerald green, fitted at the waist, flaring out. Zipping it up sent a shiver, the sound intimate, final. Twirling, fabric swirled like a dream. Whoa, I breathed, laughter escaping. Voice practice, recording on my phone. "Hi, I'm Alexa." Playback, cringeworthy at first, too forced. Adjust, softer, breathier. Better. Sensory details overwhelmed. The perfume I spritzed, jasmine notes lingering. The brush through hair, detangling waves, the cool metal of bracelets on wrists. Small discoveries piled up. How contour slimmed my face, how mascara lengthened lashes, framing eyes expressively. Excitement mingled with guilt. This is just play, I told myself. But hours flew, casual looks to glam. A wig for volume, pinned curls. By midday, I'd created personas, office chic, party ready. Each unveiled layers, curiosity blooming into thrill. Shame flickered, what if Emily caught me? But the door stayed locked, and the spark grew. This secret exploration? It was my first taste of autonomy, hidden yet profound. That afternoon, buoyed by private victories, I ventured public with Emily. Park picnic, she announced. Time to own it. Nerves jangled as I dressed, a breezy floral blouse, shorts showing legs, flat sandals for safety. Makeup subtle, tinted moisturizer, gloss. Stepping out, sunlight warmed my skin, but paranoia nipped. They'll clock me, I thought, scanning faces. But the park buzzed indifferently, kids on swings, dogs fetching. We spread a blanket. Emily unpacked sandwiches. A mom nearby with her toddler smiled. Beautiful day, isn't it? Emily introduced. This is my sister, Alexa. Handshake, her grip firm, mine tentative. You two are identical. Twins. Yes, I replied, voice steady from practice. No suspicion. Victory won, heart lifted. Strolling paths, interactions mounted. A jogger passed, nodding, I smiled, feeling lipstick slick. At an ice cream stand, the vendor winked, cone for the lovely lady. Blush rose, but thrill too. Vanilla, please. Emily beamed. You're killing it. Confidence inched up. We browsed a flea market, me fingering scarves, trying one on. Suits your eyes, the seller said. Acceptance, effortless. Anxiety lingered. What if a coworker appeared? But blending felt empowering. Evening, coffee with Emily's friends at a cafe. Meet Alexa, my twin, she said. Nerves peaked. Would they probe? But chatter flowed. Outfits, movies. I chimed in. That dress is fab. Where from? Laughter, inclusion. Internal evolution. From dread to delight. Anxiety ebbed. Excitement dominated. Homebound. Reflection hit. These outings built bridges, from private curiosity to public poise. Comfort in Alexa grew, like slipping into well-worn shoes. Monday crashed like thunder, the climax. Work beckoned, bet over, but Alexa's echo lingered. I dressed hybrid. Men's pants, but her blouse, subtle makeup. Colleagues stared. New vibe, Alex, my boss quipped. Yeah, experimenting. Whispers echoed in halls. What's with the eyeliner? Tension coiled. Lunch with Mark, best friend. His jaw dropped. Dude, the hell? You look different. Confession spilled. The weekend better woke something. I like this side. Shock twisted his face. Are you gay? Trans? This isn't you. Voices rose. Hide it, man. Office gossip will ruin you. Tears stung. Betrayal cut deep. Choice loomed. Retreat to old Alex or embrace. Back at desk, emails piled, but focus shattered. Then, HR ping. Dress code concerns. Panic surged. Confront or cave. I chose confrontation, scheduling a boss meet. Palms sweaty, I explained. This weekend transformed me. I'm exploring gender expression. Support me. Tension hung, then, nod. We're inclusive. Proceed authentically. Relief cascaded. Calling Mark. See all of me. Reluctant meet, over lattes, I detailed the journey, shock to empowerment. I'm Alex and Alexa. Tears flowed, hug followed. I'll adjust, friend. Family dinner, full reveal. Mom embraced, proud of your courage. Dad, love you always. Online communities welcomed, stories shared, bonds formed. Victories mounted, work praise for bold creativity, new friends. Confidence solidified, like armor forged in fire. That weekend wasn't mere whimsy, it was rebirth. If shadows of doubt linger in you, remember, authenticity demands bravery, but rewards freedom. Step into your truth. Wear your life unapologetically. You're capable, seen, worthy. And in this vast world, you're never truly alone.